Good evening, all. We will be starting the session shortly.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Yeah, so we are going to start now further. I'll share my screen. So whatever we were doing yesterday, we're going to start with function. We are going to continue with the function. Okay. So whatever we did yesterday, we are going after, further parameters, creating multiple parameters. So function with parameters. So yeah, if let's say we have add function and the parameters we have a and b, right? So expression, let's say print uh, a plus b. Okay. So if you execute this, so add, if you use the add function, a and b value. Now here you can see a and b, actually you have to pass here. So let's say 10, comma 20. We are getting 30. Okay. Similarly, if we have to use the return function with, so therefore, and again, so let's say add, we have parameters a and return a plus b. So here let's say result equal to add 10, 20. So that is also fine. And result if you see, so 10 and 20, that's the value 30. Print result. So we can use even this way result. Right. Right. Similarly, suppose if you have to use function with list. Instance, say the calculate total. and let's say numbers is the parameter, and say here marks equal to a list. So I start from some random number 80, 75, 90, and say 85. So this is marks. Then total. Okay, so here one catch is there. Return, let's say sum of numbers. So this is a function, and if you marks calculate the total. So we have to pass here marks, right? You see, we are getting 330, right? So to add all these values, it's going to be 330. So this is how actually you can use other data structures also in terms of expression inside function. So definitely there is endless case or examples you can find in terms of function. Now let's do something combining everything together. Okay. Okay. So let's say we have the students. So here we are using list, dictionary, event loop, and functions all together. So whatever we have explored in terms of list, dictionary, and loop functions, uh, loops basically, and function. So all actually now we are combining together. So how actually it's connect like interconnected, like each of the concept, how it's interconnected. So this is one example, but as a developer, you need to think that way that, okay, uh, when you are creating a particular game or app, so all the concepts, see, we are just going after core Python. Definitely Python is advanced, a high level programming language. You have too much depth in terms of any particular topic. But we are not getting into too depth, too much depth. But understand that even though if you have some basic understanding, you can try to do something significant by creating some games, some app, all, while connecting all the, concepts together. Uh, so it's all up to like how you think. So basically, even for kids, MIT has introduced like, like for 8 years old, 8-year-old minimum age actually it should be 8 years. So MIT has introduced, yes, one of the program. It's not programming, but basically for kids, how actually they can play around with the logics. Okay. So sorry, I'm forgetting that app name. So even kids can play around and understand the logic, like how logically things happens, right? So similarly, see, as I said, like I have not covered so much, uh, and whatever I have covered. So on top of that, actually, if you have to perform something logically, so you have to just connect the dot, like whatever concepts we have, whether it's all connecting together. If when you try to connect all together, then probably we'll be able to do something significant on that part also. Some basic app, some basic games, to creating actually games and all, simple games or simple apps. It's not like too difficult. Even you can take a help of AI, just and mention that, you just use a basic concepts, not like advanced. Otherwise, AI will use all the advanced concept. So it's going to confuse you. So just ask them to use Core Python to create some of the interesting app or game and just try to learn it, that how actually it's all actually logically how it's all working. So that is just an idea. It will one or two examples you can see and then think about that, how you can develop something advanced. So every individual have their own curiosity, thinking level, like definitely it's matter of like IQ and all, like to do something intelligent thing. So whatever options you have, if you try to use it smartly, probably during your initial stage of academics itself, one can achieve something significant. That's the reason I'm mentioning. Sorry, I'm forgetting that name of the app. If you search in Google, you'll find like we'll show you. So if you search like for 8 years kids, which you can easily find. Scratch. Sorry, I was just forgetting. So Scratch is basically created by uh, MIT, and it's very popular. You can see this is for 8 years old guys. And what it is about, basically interactive stories, games, and art, all actually you can do it using this app, right? So when, I mean, do not need to think differently, that somebody who is doing BTech, MTech, but is still not able to do something significant using programming. So that is just a matter of your thought process, uh, and understand that how things work. So no need to think like, okay, you are not able to do that, but think like how you can do it. So as of today, you have AI opportunity. You can use, Google AI. Ask them to create a simple app, just using. Okay. So here itself, even this is important because you are going to use. Sorry for this Hindi settings. Um, so it has switched. Now you can simply ask the question that based on, just to see some example, based on Python core concepts, create a simple app. simple game or app, whatever. Uh, a simple program. Just to start from simple programs. See what it is. Simple thing. The computer asks for your name and stores it. Hero name underscore input. What is your superhero name? Right. So if you execute this, what happens? Let's see that actually, this is how actually you can use AI to learn effectively. See, AI can help you big way, but it's always like, we think like, okay, everything we can find on AI, but when it comes to something constructive, a lot of people struggle. Even the developers, they struggle to find the solutions. Uh, as you know, like most of you know that, okay, if you ask AI anything in terms of programming or any common questions or about any subject, it's going to give you very realistic answers and everything will find it, right? So this is a reality as of today. It happens. But when it comes to developing a particular application, or if you have to assume like somebody who works in an IT company and IT company allows them to use AI, right? Every IT company as of today, if you see, they allows to use AI for your development works. Whatever task you are performing, they are going to allow you to do that. So still, why people are lagging in terms of their performance? You will see uh, people are not uh, people are not able to perform very smartly because they don't know how to use AI. Even developers don't know. So that is the reason even prompt engineering is also very important for usage of AI. So now one of the critical factor you have in terms of even cloud data platform, that when you use notebook. So now suppose if you think like, okay, entire process end to end, start to end, you can do using notebook. So you know the programming will write everything. Probably certain step you may face some issue, challenges. So you should know how to fix it. I mean, if you know yourself, you can do that. If you don't know, you can take help of AI. But you have to give a proper context. Depends on the kind of program you are writing in notebook. So you have to give a proper context. Then only you will be able to quickly solve that problem, because real-time projects are not like, okay, simple one program or two program in terms of like 100 lines of code or 500 lines of code. It may be thousands of lines of codes are there. A lot of different dots are connected in terms of APIs as a data source, in terms of you know uh, various things like ETL. You have data modeling like star schema, snowflake schema. Various things are involved. So as well as even storage related challenges like you have incremental load, you have various other options in terms of like ACID transactions. Too many things are there. Even when it comes to source level, something if you want to fix it, there also uh, so many advanced concepts are involved in terms of just partitioning of the data. So when you use a SQL database, and if you're aware of advanced SQL, you can understand that how advanced it is in terms of partitioning of data when it comes to some complex project, multiple database, multiple tables you have, and it's not well partitioned, not well, modeled in terms of outcomes. You may face everywhere some different kind of challenges. Use notebook, use data flow Gen 2, Gen 1, whatever options you have. Every step actually you are going to face certain issues just because your database is not well optimized. It's not well partitioned. So very different complex logics are involved when it comes to even partitioning. So looks like a particular concept, it's very simple, but as much as you deep dive, you will get to know that, okay, it's too advanced. So that is the reason it takes, even for developer, it's not that easy that using AI, they can deliver, but just writing some prompt, asking some question, they will be able to solve all their problems. So that is the earlier, in beginning, I told you like when people use AI, then big companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Meta, all these companies has a similar impression that suppose if you use not all, I mean, you will not get externally published news that okay, Meta, Google, all these companies confirmed. But Amazon internally, because I have worked over there, I have some friends. I know some of the influencer also in Amazon. So some people has told me that in Amazon somebody one of the particular team where actually more than 800 people were working, 800 developers. And Amazon has laid off all those 800 people. Just they keep only three people and the rest all, it's more than 800 people. Exact number, sorry, I'm forgetting. But they said like more than 800 people they laid off a single, just sending a single mail, and nobody was even aware. Tomorrow morning, like everyone wake up and see their inbox, and they see like okay, they are laid off. The reason what they were telling that because of AI, because those 800 employees, more than 800 employees, they were allowed to use AI, and the way effectively they have used AI, that made management to laid off all the employee. Now you see the smart work, or I mean, it's all up to your wisdom that whether it's a smart work or it's and what a particular individual can do in that scenario, because they were allowed to use AI, and when they use AI, then entire team has been laid off. Why? Because they create, use AI such a effective way that such a complex project like Amazon is really, number one company in terms of cloud computing. And, so many teams are working for different projects, and their developers are also highly qualified from top colleges from the world working for them. That is how even in India you will find developers are mostly from top colleges, highly paid. So that kind of individuals are working, and so based on that, actually laid off, a particular senior manager said that kind of prompts they have used and documented. That is just a case that they are not required at all. Same prompts can be used to deliver similar project, even advanced project, or reducing entire workforce very significant level. Uh, they have proven by their prompts itself, the kind of prompts they have written. So that is a magic. And behind prompts, there is a mathematics. Okay, so since I'm not teaching you here prompt engineering, but e- even though if you don't have so much passion in terms of programming or anything in terms of too deep dive about database and all, just try to learn prompt engineering, but understand the logic behind it. So what kind of mathematics are actually used behind mathematics? And if you know very well in terms of usage of prompts, probably you may be hired with a very good package in industry. That requirement is there. Even as of now, there is a requirements are emerging. So in future, probably you see, uh, a lot of people are getting hired as a prompt engineer. that may be the scenario for sure. As of now, it's going on. People are hiring, companies are hiring as a prompt engineer, but probably numbers may be very low as of now. But in future, you will find like those numbers are going to increase in massive numbers also. So even though whether it's increasing or not increasing, AI is very much helpful for human being. So you can, if you learn it effectively, you can use it for yourself. Forget about others or jobs or anything. You can use it yourself also and do something better. Okay, so this is just a simple approach I wanted to tell you that start whatever you have learned. Don't think like, okay, I've learned, uh, in Python, like just a few concept and what I can do on that. Actually, you can do too many things using that. When they teach a Scratch, like if you go after a Scratch, if you try to understand the functionalities and all, it's not like I mean, it's mostly like around the if condition. How generally we use the if condition. Some just logical movements. That's all you will learn using, as that. Sorry, what is the name? Always a Scratch. Okay. Similarly, you have many others are there. This is a built by MIT. I don't know. I have changed. I asked them to change the language, but still it did not change. Sorry for that. Uh, I don't use this language Hindi. I don't know how it has changed. So I have to use English only for any purpose. But this is really surprising for me. Some changes happen. Okay, leave it. That is not relevant. A relevant part is that proper usage of the prompt start from just the basic concepts, play around as much as you can do something, with just a basic concept, play around, and then slowly you can move with the other concepts. And but covering core Python itself, any programming in terms of core part itself would be uh, too much time consuming to be very flexible in terms of export level. So have a goal to just to cover up core Python. If you are in BTech, uh, don't think about too much in terms of some advanced concept. Just use the basic concept, like just core Python. Like if you are in first year, just focus 1 year for only core Python or core Java or C programming. That's all. Some basic concepts and try to use it effectively, and gradually in second year, like when you move to second year, improve on conceptually next level. Likewise, if you spend 4 years of BTech just on one or two programming along with all your other subjects, in fourth year you will be in very great position to deal with any kind of programming challenges. Basically, you will be a really great programmer within 4 or 5 years of time frame, right? So that logic is again like bit miserable. That if a 8 year old kid can start learning a scratch in terms of programming, then when that kid becomes a graduate, be technical graduate, by that time that person should be definitely very in expert level in terms of programming, or that particular definitely programming. Like it's a scratch is related to programming only, right? So this is just something, a simple prompt I have written. It's about just a basic thing. Create simple programs. Next move, suppose if you are familiar, ask them to continue further. Go ahead with the 2, 3 prompts, simple, like more uh, diverse programs on the same concept. So just explore few more. Even you can mention the concept name as well. And here you can see you have some more. examples you can find, right? See, the infinite joke teller while loops with a break. So there is a too many things are there when it comes to programming. We don't even think, or probably it may take years and years, and then you will get to know that okay, this is the kind of problems people were fixing using programming. Uh, so if you have this kind of approach with just the basics and slowly improving with the next topic, next level, slowly basically taking significant time like 2 months, 3 months, 6 months to move further, then you will see the real progress or importance of programming, that what kind of different challenges people are facing, and even you can do that, right? So that's just something I wanted to tell about that part. Let's do it uh, combining multiple concepts together. As I said, like list, dictionary, loop, function all together. We will do a program. So let's say students. So this is a dictionary. Okay. Hmm. So first we have, let's say, name is key, and name is full. Okay. Then next, so marks. Time. So another name. So it's going to be nested dictionary. So see here, this is actually list, and each of the element. Now here it is going to be like this. This is 0. This is 1. But 0 is a dictionary here. So key is name and value. You can see Rahul, marks is key and values 85. So this is again how actually you are going to access. So we have first one, this one, next create basically a function to calculate these marks. Okay. For each of the student, we want to calculate marks. So let's say we have the calculate marks. And here actually we are going to pass students as a parameter. Sorry, let's say a student. Mm. And now we are going to set, see this concept I did not cover, but I'll explain you now. So if condition I did not go after, and sorry for that. So now we are using if condition. Okay. So what it says, the if statement is nothing but basically conditional evaluation, like you are going to evaluate conditionally. Okay, so for example, if somebody is greater than 18, they can vote. Equal to greater than 18, they can vote. Rest all, if somebody is less than 18 years, they cannot vote, right? So that is a condition. Similarly, who can drive a car? That is also there is an age limit, right? Uh, hmm. So for different scenarios, you have some certain condition, right? So to evaluate those conditions, you can use the if condition. That is a basically purpose behind if else and elif. Yeah, elif also you have for secondary conditions. So here let's say if a student uh, uh, marks is greater than equal to let's say 80, then what should happen? What should we should get the result, right? So return let's say excellent. Now we can have another condition. So for that we use elif. Okay. Once sorry. So elif no student mouse. sorry, let's have a break for 10 minutes. We'll continue by 8 p.m. Uh, sorry, actually, some disturbance. So let's connect after 10 minutes. Tony, we'll have just a 10-minute break and we'll continue further.
Yes, sir. No issues. Yeah.
Hello everyone. I'm back now. In Fabric account, my work sources, I'm subplotting. It's always a website we are available to. A start trail at this time. Please hold this promo. Okay, so fine. You will get the right path. How actually you are going to use the notebook for what how actually you are going to access notebook effectively without error or issues. I'm going to guide you. In tomorrow's session, we have that workloads we need to cover up tomorrow. Fine. Hope my voice is clear now, right? Tony, you can hear me, right?
Yes, sir, your voice is audible and clear.
Okay. So, fine.
Yes, sir.
So now we are using elif, that is for second condition. Okay. So here, let's say marks, again, greater than equal to 60, then return good. And last row, let's say else. So if first condition is true, then you will get the outcome excellent. If second condition is true, say suppose first condition is not true. In that case, it's going to evaluate next condition. So next condition is about okay, greater than equal to 60, right? So if it is true, in that case, you will get the return outcome good. This was else. Uh, let's say uh, needs improvement. You can have like else. Okay, so this is the function. Okay. Next, we are going to use the loop. Uh, so for a student, in a student's result equal to, let's say now we are going to use function. So calculate marks. This is the function we have, right? So calculate marks and or you can change it to let's say result. So, calculate result and we need to pass the here parameter uh, student. Okay, so that is going to be result. Next, print. What are things should be printed? Let's say first like name, Okay. Then we have after name, let's say marks. Student of name, then the student of marks. Right. Oh, so here. So this part is done. Yeah. So here you can see we have used a list. Inside list you have dictionary. Then we have created a function to calculate result, right? And hmm, then we are actually this part is an expression for function. Okay. Then we are using this function inside loop. So it's going to loop for all the students. Okay. And result. So it's going to print student name marks one by one. Uh, so name marks and result. So result is going to be like excellent, good, needs improvement, right? So let's execute this. So here you can see Rahul 85 excellent, Priya 92 excellent, Amit 75 good. So as per the condition, whatever we have set, again you can have multiple conditions. This is just we have two conditions and last one else, right? So three conditions evaluated, like yeah, mainly it's two conditions evaluated. That is, so as I said earlier, that function is very important. Even though if you just know basics of functions, we have not get into some advanced concept of function. There also you have, so many different things are there. R squares, you have lambda function, you have map, filter, so many things are there. That is all related to function. So when you use all those together, even you have a scope like private, global and private scope. So that is the advanced function. Okay, so that I want you to explore. But just using basic functions also, you can get some interesting output, interesting result. So very explicitly, I am not getting any of advanced concept that probably some of the people may get confused. It's all very simple things we are doing. Okay, and based on this itself, you can do, lot of interesting things. Okay, so that's a basically objective also. Okay. So next we'll get into, so I will conclude here, core Python. Next we'll move to, let's say, briefly we'll try to understand pandas, and then we'll get into PySpark. Okay. Oh, the screen is not appearing. Um, how about Tony? My screen is visible or not? Tony, are you there?
Yes, sir.
My screen is visible or not?
No, sir, it's visible. It's visible and clear. No worries.
Okay, probably
If
you
any
have
issues
some.
have appeared, I inform you, sir. Don't worry.
Sure, sure. Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so sorry, it may be issue with your like connections or something. It's fine. So fine. So let's move. Let me check whether we have pandas here or not. Import pandas. Yeah, it's there. So you can start with pandas here itself. Mm. Just give me a minute. We'll start with pandas. Sorry. So pandas, if you want to install uninstall, that I have shown you earlier also, one more time I will show you. You can use the CMD, or if you're using VS Code, then terminal. So, or if you're using PowerShell or whatever, some other. So you just a pip install pandas. So any library you can just install by using this. Already it's installed, so it is telling already satisfied. But same time, if you want to uninstall, they instead of install, you can just mention uninstall. Okay. Similarly, let me do the PySpark also. It's already there. So, and for uninstall, already I said like you can just instead of install, you can just mention uninstall. It's going to uninstall it. So that is what you need in terms of libraries. Whichever library you have to install it. Okay. So what is pandas? Okay. Pandas is a popular Python library used for working with structured data. Okay. It makes easy uh, to so some of the read data from files So those files could be, let's say, CSV, comma separated values, Excel, SQL, JSON, etc. Second, you have second point, clean and transform. Clean and transform data. Third, we have analyze and summarize data. Fourth point, uh, filter and sort records. Fifth point, uh, visualize data. Okay, so all you can do using pandas. Okay, but similarly for visualization, you have matplotlib. You can also use. Okay, so leave it here. I can mention. So visualization. See, even using pandas, you can visualize, but for visualization, actually, you have for visualization, matplotlib, cvolt, uh, etc. is very popular. Okay. So we will not get into this part as Microsoft Fabric is a data platform, and major objective we have in terms of data engineering, dealing with the data. Definitely visualization is a part, but you can, I'll say, probably I may give you a few examples, but major focus is going to be about this part because for performing ETL activities, SQL is one of the tool which you can use for ETL purpose. Even SQL you can use it. You can use pandas. You can use PySpark. So some basic we have covered in SQL, Python core part, some concepts, not all the concepts in core Python also I have covered, but some important concepts I have covered. Now we are getting into pandas. Here also, briefly, we are going to perform this task. Why actually how pandas we use generally. So let's understand. So basically, what is data frame? So basically, you'll get a data frame in pandas. Let's start with four data structures. Okay, so first part series. So let's say we have to first import pandas as PD, and let's say age, okay, equal to PD dot series. PD dot series, and we have values like 22, 25, 30, and 28. So there are the values we have print all its edges. So if you extrude this, you can see here a little bit of. So this is the inbuilt index you are getting here. We have not put anything in terms of index. So what happens like when you use Excel sheet? So we have like rows and columns, right? And by default, actually, you get a row number and column actually by letters, as you see here. See, all the rows by default, you have the row numbers, right? Similarly, in series, it indicates the row number. Okay. Now, we want to use row and column all. I want to create a data frame. Next, we are going to create a data frame. Data frame. So basically, a data frame is a two-dimensional. Series is a one-dimensional. Okay, and data frame is two-dimensional table with rows and columns. Okay, so let's say data equal to since already we have imported pandas, but for every program you should use import pandas as PD for separate programs. So let's say data equal to use the curly braces name like name uh, and, uh, Rahul. uh, Nathan. Now, so that is a name. Okay. Now we want to have age also. So age, let's say 24, 21. Okay, so this is age, and then let's say city. City, let's say Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai. So three columns, actually it's going to create three columns by name, age, and city. And respective fields will have like name, Rahul Priyami, age 24, 27, city, Mumbai, Bangalore, and Chennai. Okay. So that is the data we have created. Next, df, that is nothing but data frame equal to pd dot data frame, and we need to pass this data and print df. You can see here, name, age, city, right? So row and columns you can see. Series indicates one dimension, that is about the row, and data frame indicates row and column both. Okay. So here, files. Now let's read the CSV file and all. So here in this path, we will create a CSV file and we are going to read it. So by default, we don't have any CSV file here. So I'm going to load it. Yeah, here we have, okay, many are there. So I'll just copy this one. Mm, we have to place into directory that file. Fine, I'll go for this one. So, you see also CSV file for the paste it. Okay. So this file name I'll copy it. And we are going to access. So next we have how to read data using pandas, reading data. So here, let's say df equal to, we have pd dot df underscore. You can see multiple options we have. Uh, CSV, clipboard, either Excel, multiple options you have, right? To read the files. If you explore, like go down, you have SQL, various things are there. So some example, and it's even as Spark is also going to be similar. So there I'll show you another one or two example like SQL connection as well as JSON and all. So it's going to be very similar, don't worry. So read and so you have file name dot csv and it should be under double quote. So it's directly accessing because it's under directory. Okay. So now if you exclude this, yes. So here you can see financials sample. No, DF actually, yeah. Because here actually we have overwritten previous one, right? So this one you can see this is actually data we have imported. You can see here detail. Right? Index, segment, country. So this is data we have actually fetched from CSV file. Now you have some simple functions to explore it. Let's say what is this? This is the so here let's say df dot head. So 5 rows, 16 columns. It is telling, and all you can see here, right? So suppose if you want to see it clearly, what exactly outcome it is giving. So let's say uh, data equal to df dot head. And execute it. See, now here data you can see, this is what we have executed. So it is just showing 5 rows, top 5 rows, and columns, like 16 columns we have. And so this is what head function will give you about any data. And here, if you see, it is giving outcome like number of rows and columns also. Right? So even if you just like data enter, it is giving same, right? So just to see, clearly, I have used this data variable. Okay, it's clearly visible, right? Okay. Similarly, we can give here, let's say, data equal to tail. So head is about the top, top 5 rows, and number of columns it will give you, along with number of columns. Tail is about bottom 5. So if you execute this one, you can see here. Yeah. So now this is a bottom, you can see the index number also. It's a bottom 5. Right. Similarly, let's say data equal to df dot shape. So shape is about number of rows and columns. Uh, Here actually bracket is not required. 700 rows, 16 columns. Next, columns. Column names you want to access. So df dot columns and execute it. Data. So these are the column names. You can see here also. These are the column names. df dot columns. Starting from 0 and ending up to 50. So total 16 columns you have. Right. Next, you have info. df dot info. So this will give you basically so data types of all the columns, memory usage, but the entire uh, like information about data frame in the data. See for each of the column, whether it's null, okay, non-null, count, and D type means data type. So a structure of basically data frame, it will give you data types, whatever we have in this data frame. Those are float, integer, and object. Memory usage, that also you can see 87.6 plus KB. Next, you have describe. D describe. So it will give you a statics of data frame. That is very interesting. So now you can see this is a statics. So, you can see here count 700 unit sold, all those things you can see here in detail. Count, mean, a standard deviation, mean, and these are the percentile, 25 percentile, 50 percentile, 75th percentile, maximum number. So all these some uh, descriptive statics, like basic stats about the data frame you are getting here, right? So you can understand how easy it is in terms of exploring data using Python. Probably we find better than Excel. Not actually not required Excel. Better probably depends. Uh, but mostly, if you have interest in programming, you'll find Pandas is much better compared to Excel for for data analysis purpose. So it's really interesting. Okay. Now selecting data. Okay. So we know the columns here, like segment, country, we want to select. So here you can see df And let me put here a country. Let's see. So you can see everything you are getting about that particular column, like country. All the data also you are getting starting from first row. It's Canada, Germany, France, and then it's ending. All you will not get. It's a dot dot indicates that it continues like that. But if you want to access like that, so in that case you can go for, like, let's say data equal to df and then country. Now here you can access, see all the countries, all the rows you are getting. Okay. Similarly, if you want multiple fields, so we have country, let's say we have a segment. So use the segment and execute it. Or something is wrong. Okay, I think probably segment, it's fine. Maybe some space and all. Because of that, it is not coming. So let me show you with some other field like product. Was that is fine. We need to have spaces. Yeah. So see, since we are fetching from CSV file, don't know, trailing a space or due to some space and all, it's not taking exactly. But actually, yeah, if you have to access multiple columns, you can do it like this. So here you can see we have country and segment. Now let me see one more. Country, segment, unit sold, right? So this is how actually you can access. Next, suppose if you have to access rows, uh, rows, in that case, you have to mention the index, and it's a data equal to, we have functions like ilog, and here you have to mention a 0. So 0 index, first row, I want to access. This is about columns, right? And here, it's a rows. So let's see, not defined. It should be df dot. Yes. Now see the data. Yes. First row, index 0. So these are the values you have, and these are the column names. This is the first row. You are getting vertically here, so don't surprise. It's a 0, first row. If you change it to 1 or any number, we have 699 rows. So you can have any number like 10, and you can see here. It's 10th row. Then you have filtering, like how you can use filter. See, all of these are like a very simple way of a start. And as you progress, a lot of interesting things are there. Okay. So keep it simple, do the improvement slowly, and you will see it's going to be very interesting for you. So pandas actually you can use like SQL also. It's just a kind of alternative way you can use the pandas for SQL. Even PySpark also you are going to use a similar way. So PySpark, pandas, and the SQL, all three together, if you try to use, uh, you can, within a year time or 6 months. Yeah, sorry, 1 year is definitely too much. But 6 months, 3 months to 6 months time is going to very sufficient to become expert in data engineering. SQL. So whatever activity or whatever queries you are writing in SQL, just try to write same thing actually using pandas as well as PySpark. So all these three is very important to become, uh, like a successful data engineer. So side by side, same logic is not going to change. Logic will remain same. Only syntax is getting changed, right? A little bit, yeah, probably a structure maybe a bit different. So if you use together all these three, one query you write it in SQL, same thing you try to do using pandas and using PySpark. This approach is going to help you to learn, entire ecosystem in terms of notebook, very easy way and interesting way. Okay. So that is iLog. Then you have few more things like this I'll conclude today. Then tomorrow, quickly we'll start with the PySpark. So one more thing, like if you have to filter data. So here for filtering purpose, you can use let's say DF of DF. Let's say we have here. Yeah, anything we can filter. So let's say like number fields. Suppose if we have to use unit source, and if you see more maximum number, it may be around few thousand. So I'll use 1500 greater than 1500. Okay, so it's unit sold, right? So yeah, double quote unit sold, and it should be, let's say, greater than 1500. Okay, now execute this. See, we have 699 rows, and it's a filtering based on this condition, 363 rows, 16 columns. So if you want to check, we can do it here. Um, 8 equal to, see the complete data. So number of rows you can see again here. 363 rows. Here also you'll find. Okay. You will not find in order because it's a filtering, right? So after 0, you have to. So 1 is probably not satisfying that filter. So it may be less than, yeah, it's less than 1500. Because of that, 1 you are not getting. So 4, 5 is there, then 6 is not there. Likewise, if you see variable right, after 96, you can see 101. So between all the numbers are less than 1500. That is the reason. So likewise, you can use the filtering also. Uh, Fine. So you have multiple things to perform. Like you can add a new column, you can update existing values based on the conditions. A lot of these, simple activities you can try to perform and use this documentation. Very much recommended that uh, pandas documentation. It's going to be easy compared to overall Python. Uh, Documentation. If you go for pandas documentation, it's going to be more easy. This is a pandas documentation. It is just one library, right? So if you want to use it, it's very useful for various purpose. And getting started, you have click on this and you'll find uh, tutorials. What kind of data does the pandas handle? See everything you have. Just go through, click on this. You can read it and continue further. Click on this. Here you have with example about Titanic dataset, you will find all those things. It's really interesting. If you want to get into machine learning and AI and even for data engineering purpose, definitely it's useful. Even interviewers are, they will give you, it's not necessary like if you say that if they're asking a question related to SQL, you tell that, you are comfortable to solve it using pandas. Most likely they will agree on that, most likely. So it's many ways it's very useful. So you can easily learn this. Probably uh, compared to SQL, it may be more easy to export. Okay. Here you have the group by and all. I will recommend you to go through this documentation for further exploration purpose. And tomorrow I'll start with PySpark. Quickly, I'll cover up PySpark, then continue with workloads. Okay. So here some comments. Let me see what. Yes, pandas, NumPy, matplotlib, seaborn, scikit-learn. Yeah, all these are actually bare minimum. You should know these libraries. Definitely, there is too many libraries are there, but at least you should know pandas, NumPy, scikit-learn, matplotlib for data analysis purpose. Scikit-learn is about machine learning. Even though if you skip that, that's fine. But be familiar with pandas, matplotlib, and even NumPy. Program and so why? Because uh, see, this is a function. So, and it's an inbuilt function. So the way actually inbuilt function has been created, we have to use the same way. If you want to create something different, you can create a different way that function. So like inbuilt functions, whatever you have, like print, input, or in pandas also you have so many inbuilt functions. So by default, whatever you have, that only we have to use. But you can create your own. That is also using function, like an function concept is about creating your own function. That also you can do it. There you can mention whether you want bracket, you don't want bracket, and all actually you can I mean, mention over there in under expression. Okay. So otherwise, so whatever inbuilt function you have, just use as it is. There is no, I mean, clearly visible logic for that. Okay, so that's all for today's session. Let's continue tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Tony, it's over to you.
Uh, yes, sir. So that's it for today.
Yeah.
Big thank you to Mr. Kanaya Kumar for today's session. Sir, thank you for taking the time to explain everything and for making the session so interactive. And thank you to all of you for joining and staying with us till the end. Really appreciate the participation and the energy you've been bringing to these sessions. So that's all for today, guys. We will catch you again tomorrow, the next section at 7 p.m. Don't forget to use the same Zoom link and you register the email ID. Have a great evening. Take care and see you tomorrow. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye.